guys. Sorry I have
Hello,
itchy.
everybody.
Please share this if you can hear us. Whoever's channel you're on, please share this on your community tab to get a few more folks in here. Remind me later, guys, that I have a little giveaway item. Don't let me forget. I'll probably do it sometime during the live. Don't let me forget, because I've done that before. I've totally had something ready and then forgot. But today we're going to talk about meal planning. But before we do that, let's see who's in the chat today. And Phil Beck, happy birthday. Jennifer Ocean Homestead, hello, hello. Glad to see you here. Let's see. Carol with Broke But Bountifully Blessed.
Thank you, Adrian.
Carol with another channel. Lori with It All Adds Up. Adrian with Indiana Backyard Gardener. Beth, BNS Odyssey, welcome in. Very cool. We're glad that you guys are here to spend time with us tonight, and we hope you learn something or hear something or, enjoy the conversation with the people in here. And yes, do please share this out tonight to get more people in here. So
and today is Anne's birthday. Happy birthday, Anne.
Anne's birthday. Yay.
I hope you're treating yourself to something enjoyable today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anne. Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Hi, Tamara.
Hi, Tamara.
I'm always paranoid I'm saying her name wrong. I'm so sorry. I've heard it said so many ways. I'm confused now, and then I can't remember what the right way is. So, meal planning. So many reasons why meal planning is good. And of course, we're going to take this on a healthy note, but not even to do with health. It's also a good idea, and I've done this before, to save money. You go into your pantry and you look to see what you have. Okay. This helps you with your garden planning. Do I need to plant more parsley, or do I have 3 jars already dehydrated? Do I need more tomatoes to plant in the garden? Do I need to buy this certain item at the grocery store, or do I already have it? How much do I have on stock? And you can plan your meals according to what you have. There have been times where Christmas or a trip or something where we would, instead of spending the money for groceries, we would spend the money for whatever trip or whatever thing we were doing. So that is something we do occasionally. And the only reason that can happen is that the pantry is stocked with things, and you could go through and you could make yourself a nice little list. And how many do you have of this? How many do you have of that? And you go through, and it's a great way to save money. It's a great way to plan your garden, and you try to keep everything on hand that you need. Hi, Sandy, Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming. Hi, Nancy.
Well, it's another way also to so you can write your Sunday through Saturday meal plan, right? But you don't have to stay in that order. Maybe one meal is a little bit quicker to create, and all of a sudden something came up and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to throw something together and feed myself.
Or you ran out of an ingredient.
Yeah, so you can
improvise. So I did make my menu, and I have it Sunday through Saturday. Saturday's probably the day I follow it. So, the weekends I probably follow it the least. But basically what I'm doing is chicken, beef, and there's a pork in there somewhere. And then one day I do the cauliflower pizza, like on Fridays, because I have a live on that day. And I picked a pasta dish to do on Wednesdays because we have our lives, and I always want to have something easy. But I had to improvise because I was out of something I needed for something else. So the pasta dish isn't going to happen tonight. I'm going to end up having the pork chops, which is tomorrow's. So anyway, I had to move it around, but still, It's here. It gives me ideas. Now, down
Can you
here.
hold that up closer to the screen?
Mhm.
Because it's
So
better.
on Sunday, I have baked chicken and steamed broccoli, grain-free crackers, and that's just, a potential thing. So Monday, I have tacos or taco salad. So you could go one way with it or another. And usually you would do Taco Tuesday, but because of our Wednesday live, that kind of threw that off. And I'm trying to do chicken beef, remember. Tuesday is stir fry, which I normally do a chicken stir fry, but you could also do beef. And I put Brazilian cheesy bread. It may be that I don't do that every time because I have to have cheese for that. So, but anyway, it's there. And Wednesday, I do the pasta dish. So I'm basically, this is replacing spaghetti for me. I'm using the Jovial pasta that you can buy at Walmart. It's like a brown rice pasta. I'm finding the healthiest spaghetti sauce I can get, either at United or through Thrive Market. And I'm using my own garlic. I'm adding my own seasonings, and I'm going to try to be doing a salad with that. Uh-huh.
Can you put comments up? Because everybody's kind of putting their ideas of what they do in their home. And then also,
you can make your own cauliflower crust pizza, but remember, all week long, I'm making everything homemade. So I need one day to have a break. And I pick those days to be the easiest day to be Wednesdays and Fridays, the days that I have live. So I actually buy a cauliflower crust pizza that's put out by Caulipower. But you can buy a cauliflower crust pizza. You can also make one. I think I have a recipe and I do want to try that. But basically that's my night. That's my night off from cooking because I just heat up the pizza and maybe make a salad to go with it. And that's it. See, I'm trying to have one night to rest because as a woman, we're cooking every day. We're tired, man. We need a little bit of a break. And so on Thursdays, I have an either or thing. I have pork chops with beans and salad or breakfast for dinner. And I gave myself ideas, eggs, bacon, waffles, like healthy waffles. And I put sprouted bread because you can use that in place of regular bread. Friday, I put the cauliflower pizza or homemade pizza. But by homemade pizza, I do have a good crust recipe. And there are some good pasta sauces through Thrive Market that you can buy that are non-GMO. I've also made it with a low carb tortilla where you just take the tortilla and you put your pasta sauce on there and your cheese, whatever kind of meat you want. I usually do spinach and onion. I actually caramelize it because I don't like crunchy onions and crunchy bell pepper. It just doesn't agree with me. And just olives, black olives are really good for you, good polyphenol. And I put all in cheese and I put all that and I make so I do make my own homemade pizza. So I got myself an either or on that one. Saturday has a real long list. I put meatloaf, chili, enchiladas, chaffle burger, hamburger patty. Sometimes I'll have a hamburger patty with sides because, hamburger is good for you. And I've just put hamburger patty with vegetables. So I gave myself 5 or 6 ideas there. And I typed it up. I cut it out. I laminated it. And then I put magnets. And these are reused magnets. As you can tell, I just cut up stuff that I had and stuck it with scrapbook stickers to put it on the back. So this will stay. And even if I don't have everything, I can at least look at this and come up with ideas. So that is basically my menu. It changes it changes once in a while.
Sure.
Beef, lamb, fish, chicken, sometimes duck and turkey. I'm not a huge turkey fan. I used to force myself to eat ground turkey because they were saying it was healthier, but now I'm hearing that beef is more healthy. because I was thinking beef was, because they were trying to tell us beef wasn't as healthy. But anyway, if you buy certain kinds of beef, it isn't actually so healthy. But anyway, I'm gonna try to see if I can find some comments if you want to talk for a few minutes.
Sure. So I have different things. Let's see how I can do this. I just kind of wrote some different ideas. Of course, they're probably things you already know, but I just put them down. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, cool.
So I made a list of different types of proteins. Yes, there's more. Fruits, vegetables, depending upon what's in your diet. I can't even see it. Lemon slices for your water, and this is all like kind of like food prep, things that you can slice up, dice up, have in different containers, or prepped meals for breakfast, lunches, and dinners. And maybe having a list of all your options for what you're trying to accomplish to eat. And then
and I did realize that I missed fish on my list.
Yeah, so there's more than just what's on there. I just wrote a few things down. And then some other ideas is you can get different sizes of boards. Like this has all the days of the week. You could write down your, depending on what meals you eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, or whatever whatever you have for the whole week. And then write down your meal plan on here so you know what you want. And then you can write your grocery list and tack it here. So then when you go to the grocery store, you just take your list or take a screenshot. So there's one idea. And then this is I haven't opened this one yet. It's another little Monday through Friday. There we go. Little weekly planner thingy that you can use.
Where you can just do a dry erase marker and just write in every week and then.
Right. And then I got this one from the Oregon Extension Office, which has all the separate categories of foods. So down here you would write your meals of what you guys want to eat. And then you would take from your meals what you need and fill them into the different areas. That's helpful.
That's a fabulous idea.
Right? So,
and that helps me make up my grocery list too, because I think to myself, do I have this? Do I have that? Do I have this? Do I have that? And I make sure everything is stocked that I need to fill out that menu. That way it's easy. If I can't think it, if I'm not going to follow this, at least I can look at it and say, here's your ideas for what you can do with chicken or with beef or with pork.
Right. And so also, like, I have one of these on the refrigerator, and I have one of those paper clips on it with one of those like suction cup I don't know what it is, like a clear suction cup thingy.
Yeah, I know.
And then I just hooked the little clip on it, and that way when I think of something, because I'll forget, like I'm running low on this, that, or another.
Yeah, I have some of those on my fridge that I need to remember to fill them in.
Mm-hmm. So, it'll save you, like, it'll save you money. And having a meal plan, eating healthier doesn't mean you're losing weight. It doesn't mean you're gaining weight. It means you're getting smart. So I wrote down this little quote that I looked up, and I kind of like it. It says, "Life begins the day you start a garden." Right? Mm-hmm. And then I have a few little jokes. Does anybody have any ideas? Oh, good job, Adrian.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Keep going.
Yeah, and of course the garden vegetables will change the menu as well. However, I did put salads on there. And some days on the salad days, I could replace it with like something with zucchini or butternut.
Right. And having some things that can be multi-purposed into different meals. Like if I make homemade salsa, we could just have salsa in a tortilla chicken wrap or whatever, or I don't know, all kinds of stuff, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Or like if like I like to make like a pot roast with the potatoes and carrots and all that. And then I make sure we try to eat all the carrots and potatoes out of it when we eat that meal. And then the next day or two, I can take the rest of the roast that was left over and shred it up and make it into like a shredded taco meat
Yeah.
or salad or, stuff like that. Hmm. Yeah, it's a great quote. Life begins the day you start a garden.
It does, yeah.
Hi, Tammy.
And you
Yeah.
you get a little bit better with gardening every year. And I thought I was a pretty good gardener when I started YouTube, but then I realized I was an amateur. But I'm not an amateur anymore because I worked really hard to learn the craft. And I'm always listening to videos about what to amend your soil with, things you have around the house.
Yeah.
And I very rarely ever hear anything new that I haven't done.
Right.
Last year I think it was last year, I learned about alfalfa pellets from Indiana Backyard Gardener. I learned about the biochar and the wood ash from Joe from Garden State Gardener. I think it was like Micro Farmer that talked about banana water, which not in every gardening community is banana water a thing. And the other day, somebody brought up compost tea at Tammy and Lisa's live, and I was talking about compost tea, and that's one of the things I was learning about. It's compost tea. It's it's a great way to water your garden and make a liquid fertilizer that's organic. So,
Right.
anyway, so I'm learning about the craft because it's important to me to have food that's healthier than the grocery store, to be less dependent on the grocery store as much as I can, as much as I possibly can. And the items I do buy at the store, I'm being very cautious of it being non-GMO, organic, and also buying things from Thrive Market now. So banana water and rice water are great for fertilizer. I've never heard of rice water.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, all these little tips and tricks and things that we can do to help each other out. And you've got to keep learning and growing in all areas of your life. You got to keep doing. You got to be a doer.
Yeah, I felt insecure about my gardening skills, but I worked on them, and now people ask me questions and I can help people because I took the time to learn the craft by watching videos of bigger channels, asking questions. I will go into people's lives that are talking about gardening and I will ask them questions. I learn from everybody. I will try your ideas. And I got to admit, some of them work and some of them don't work. That's okay.
Well, and it's probably depends upon what kind of a climate you're in, what kind of a plant,
Water from boiled eggs. What? That's a thing?
Well, it probably gets some of that calcium from the shell into the water, I would think.
Okay, I did hear something new. Thanks, Adrian. Water from boiled eggs.
Thing that I learned. So my husband and I last Friday went to Prophecy Update. And so we go over to some friend's house and a couple of different couples go, and we just listen to the church pastor on TV because we're really far from the church. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so we go and we listen, but every time I go to like different events and stuff with people, and I try not to like talk about what I do, like what I know, what I do and stuff, because I don't want to seem like I'm braggadocious or, like blah, 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 about, I don't know how to explain it. But anyways, people just ask me. They dig. They're like, tell me more about this and now tell me that. And
I think
hopefully,
Heather's done a lot of that in her life. Mine's been kind of centrally, you know, dialed in on gardening, where Heather's just learning everything. She just knows like
yeah.
tons of everything. You know what I mean? She's just got like a wide range of knowledge. There's almost nothing she doesn't know something about.
Yeah, I'm a jack of or a Heather of all trades, but not a professional of
Potatoes as well. Yeah,
but so it reminded me
I can see that.
af and then I went to the nursing home a few days ago, and just the questions that people keep asking me and stuff, and after leaving, I'm like, "Wow," because I try not to just keep talking and talking like I'm talking right now, blah, 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 and, it makes me realize how much I do know, but it's not like you said, it's not just about my phone or something. It's so
No,
so many things, and it's like,
I learned from
you
my
know
close texting group. I even learned from my family the things I did know about amending soil. I learned a little bit in high school, believe it or not, about rotating crops. I remember that lesson. But yeah, YouTube's been a lot of my learning, and I follow some big channels like Mi Gardener and channels like that where I listen to their stuff and just try to learn. I even listen to some Amish
well,
gardening
and like
techniques.
the chicken bones that I told you about, what was it, a couple years ago? I don't even remember now. Save your chicken bones, throw them
So
in a freezer Ziploc bag until you get a bunch of them, then put them on a cookie sheet in your oven and low cook them for all day long until they're like dry and brittle, and then crush them up, and you can use them in with certain plants, not all plants.
what I'm sorry, I missed that because I was reading
The
what Bob.
bones, the bones that I told you about.
Oh yeah. I've never made the bone meal. I know it's possible now. When I remember when I very first heard of that, it probably was from you. I was like, "What?" But basically, that's what they're making the bone meal out of.
Yeah,
But I basically buy 2 bags of bone meal every year, and that pretty much gets me through the whole season.
and I wanted to show you something since it's your birthday anyways. Anne had sent me some
Good
fabric a
idea,
little
Bob.
while back, and I'm calling these little, purses tulips because they look like tulips. This
Yeah.
one doesn't have handles on it yet, but this is one of the fabrics that she had sent me, and I wanted to show her. Um,
Cool.
this is a navy
Honey.
corduroy, but yeah, so I just wanted to show you this cute little it's hard to see inside, but it's got pockets inside. So, yeah.
Hi, Jen. The
Hi, Jan.
very first amendment I ever learned about
Hi,
was
Jamie.
banana peels themselves, just banana peels. However, I used to put the whole entire banana peel in there. Now I actually cut the banana peel into 1-inch slices. Another way I use the
It
banana
helps
is take
faster.
the banana and put it in a mason jar with water and let it sit 2 or 3 days, and then pour it on your young seedlings. So that's 2 ways I use
You want
banana.
to know what I also learned too? We have a friend that is like a commercial beekeeper, and he said that using banana peels um, in their hive will help get rid of the mites instead of using chemicals.
Hmm, that's good to know.
Mhm.
I love learning new gardening things. I gotta say, I've learned so much now. It's hard for me to learn anything new because I've learned so much of it. Now, I got to admit, I'm not brilliant. I'm not a genius. So if you get to getting too technical, sciencey, technical big words on me, my brain just goes, no. So you got to be using normal words, or my brain will be like, no. Worms love banana peels. Yeah, I have actually found some pretty good worms in my yard this year. I found some pretty good soil in my yard this year. Really proud of how it looks. And that's years of building.
Oops.
Years of building soil. And now I'm trying to learn composting. I think I've been working on my compost pile, that one over there, about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then I have another one back there I haven't even touched. I just keep adding stuff. Hi, oops.
So let's do a joke.
Sure.
Because I know everybody loves the jokes that I pick. Okay, ready? Why do fungi have to pay double bus fares? Why do fungi have to pay double bus fares?
I know I don't know.
Anybody want to guess?
Anybody have a guess for her joke?
Because they can take up too much room.
Too much room. Too much room.
Too much room.
Too much room. That's funny. I love it.
Anne said mushroom something. And actually, when it stops raining enough and we move, I have some mushroom log video that I want to make to share with you guys. But I have to wait until I can move them into where their new home is. Soon.
So,
very soon.
One thing I want to say is if you're teaching techniques in your videos, gardening, sewing, anything, be sure to use very basic terms and explain words that aren't common. See, I don't think sometimes people realize the words they're using are not common words, because you want to just teach the highly educated. You want to teach the housewife.
Everybody. Because that's why you use the word thingy. You know, that thingy and that thingy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just a thing to remember, is just, try to dial your language down where everybody can understand what you're saying.
Well, and it's hard because like you have that in your mind, but as you do like a profession or something for an extended period of time, and you start using those skills more, the longer you do, you get used to talking to the people who do that, and then you're like, okay, I gotta tone myself down.
You're teaching people that want to learn. You're up here and they're down here. So you're not trying to be hateful, but you have to talk down to them somewhat because you're higher level on that particular subject. So you have
to. I think,
and even when I'm teaching stuff, I have to remember I have to remember the words I'm using that people understand what I'm saying. The other day I said something really simply and went back and put the other word. I was like, oh, I made a baby plant. And I was like, oh, you know that means propagating. And I said that right after. But basically, I'm always simplifying things. That's just how my brain works. But yeah.
That's true, Ariella. But when you're teaching something and you're using those words or that knowledge, I really do try to use multiple examples so that one of them will work for somebody.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, like in mine, I said baby plant, and then I went back with the word propagating. This is in a video that's coming out here pretty soon.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was talking about my sedum last year. I did some cuttings, and I took the cuttings and put them in a jar in water in the window and made babies. And basically, I have the mama and I have the baby. But I had two babies and I killed one of them, so I only have one now. But I know how to do it now, so.
Yeah. So if you're not meal planning, maybe it's an idea to write down some stuff you like to eat and,
Yeah.
maybe simplify it by seeing
Yeah,
how you can use
maybe
certain.
a list of items of ideas for chicken, ideas for beef, ideas for fish or turkey or lamb or whatever your thing is. Make a little list for each meat. That would be decent
Right,
too.
and if you
Have a
have some
quick
sort of
list to look at.
right, if you have some sort of a lettuce, could you buy one type of lettuce or, a variety pack of lettuce or something that could be used for several different ones? So,
Yeah, Jamie says, or give the words a meaning or explanation. So say, propagate means to take one plant and cut off pieces to make another plant out of it,
to
basically.
multiply.
So, and you just, yeah, like you said, explain it two ways to where one way or the other, hopefully, they'll get the meaning of the word. Because, yeah, we think everybody knows the meaning of those words. And
Yeah,
yeah, sometimes we
yeah.
don't know the meanings.
Well,
So
and
I'm
I
going to do
don't
a
mind.
little, who's ready for a giveaway? If you're ready for a giveaway, put a one in the chat.
Yeah, and I don't mind people saying, "What do you mean? What's that?" Like, please ask me if
Questions,
I
yes.
said something that doesn't make sense, you
I
know?
don't feel like I'm really at a point where I can really teach anything. Um, but I know that Heather reminds me sometimes that there are things I know more than other people do, or that I've learned all these. Like I said, I worked real hard learning gardening, and I may
Mhm.
not have perfectly matching beds, but I've taken the pieces and parts that I have and made it into a garden and tried to make it as less backbreaking as I possibly can. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, for sure. So, okay, I'll say another joke while you're getting that set up, Gail.
Let me say one thing before you do that.
Okay.
So the what I'm going to give away today are a few cucamelon seeds. So I opened the pack of cucamelon and there was like a bunch of seeds in there. I was like, oh my gosh, I only planted 3 seeds because they vine. So you don't need that many because it's gonna vine like a cantaloupe or a watermelon. I'm guessing. I don't know. I've never grown it. I don't even know what it tastes
Yeah.
like. So this giveaway is for cucamelon seeds. There's just a few seeds in there. It's not like a lot of seeds, but you're not going to need a lot because it's going to vine and go crazy. It's going to take a lot of space. So remember that it's a vining plant if is that something you want. So anyway, I'll set up the giveaway. I just want to explain that
Right.
first.
And Tammy, I think for me, I think you're doing an amazing job. But for me, where I'm not at your level at all, um, maybe like a dry erase board or I don't know, a human, maybe like a picture of like the skeletal system or something to where you could point maybe. Where- I don't know.
You need
I don't know.
visual, you're a visual learner and you want visual aids. I think that's
Well, I'm both. I'm both. So,
I'm a
um,
doer, but
but
also
I
visual.
catch on real quick. So as soon as you point something out and you're like that, I'm like, oh, duh, you know.
Yeah.
So just
Two,
maybe I'm.
three,
You asked. So okay, which is the fastest vegetable? Anybody know? While you're putting in your cucamelon,
I'm thinking too.
Seems like it should be a song. You know,
I
Cucamelon, up.
yeah, oh, what's the word? Like a Jimmy Buffett song,
Maybe.
like Margaritaville.
Well, there's one. Laugh, Kookaburra, laugh. And the old gum tree, something like that.
Hmm.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know what the cucamelon tastes like, but I'm thinking it's a combination of cucumber
They
and
look like little baby
they look like baby watermelons.
It's kind of like a cross between sweet and tart. If I remember, it's been like about 15 years since I've had one.
Yeah, so I have no idea if I'll ever even grow it again. But anyway, I
Yes,
had so
a
many
runner
seeds.
bean. That's the answer. The fastest
Yeah.
vegetable is a runner bean.
Runner bean. Oh, that's funny. So cucamelon seeds, and I'll do this USA or Canada. So
I bet you could make cucamelon jelly.
So we're at 12.
Booby goats.
I hope I like them because
Great channel name.
plants. I'm thinking 3 plants is going to be a lot. I actually set up a double trellis today, 2 different trellises, because I didn't think the one I had would be enough. So I'll have to have hubby drive that in for me, the trellis that I made up.
Are you thinking the kookaburra?
You ready to go, Heather?
Yes. Ready?
You want to do the count back?
We're going to count backwards from 100. I'm just kidding.
We'll be till midnight here.
Your face. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You're like, no, we're not counting backwards from 100. Are you nuts? Woo, Betty! Woohoo!
Congratulations. I believe I already have your address.
You probably do.
Yeah, I believe I have it. She's a member of my channel, and I
pretty much 99 1.
I pretty much have all my members' addresses except for a couple that are not very YouTubey. I don't know how else to say it, but that
I don't have any members,
so I try to keep my members' addresses. There's a few I don't have,
all
but
I have is
because I like to send them if I get a new sticker,
great.
random seeds, random little mail. Thank you cards. I like to send my members stuff occasionally, little stuff occasionally. So
yeah,
try to take care of my members, and I also been trying to put my members on a playlist and run some of their channel to help them with watch time. So, and share videos and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be really supportive to my members. I'm trying very hard, making an effort. So congratulations, Penny. I will get this in the mail to you this evening or in the morning.
Okay.
So I already have my little envelope ready. All I have to do is put an address on it. I had it completely ready.
I still have stationery sets from when I was like a teenager.
Stationery from when you were a teenager. I have an address book that looks like it could have been from the 80s. I bought it at a yard sale. It was empty, and I've been using it for address/password book.
I have a diary.
Thank you for the thank you card. Jamie said, thank you for the thank you card.
I have a diary from when I was in first grade.
Yes, I did, Penny. Thank you.
But I didn't fill it out every day. I was never any good at it. I'd do like a couple days here and there, and then I was not good at it.
Oh, I knew what you meant, Jamie. I didn't even say tank. I said thank. I knew exactly what you meant. I have to read Heather's text. So if I can read Heather's text, I can read anybody's.
I do. I mess my texting up on my phone on purpose because I want to make sure people are paying attention.
Sure. Yeah. I need to go back and listen.
I know. I should pull it out and read some of that. There's not a lot, but there's some.
I have,
There's
I wish I had
that
my own poetry. I used to write poetry when I was in high school.
Mhm.
I wonder if
I
it was any
can't
good.
remember the exact words, but in my yearbook, my senior year, I said that I wanted to make an impression on people and be able to teach people and do art.
That sounds like
Something
you.
like that. Yeah, I'm like, haven't
That sounds
changed.
like you now.
Yeah,
So
haven't
we're
changed.
the same.
Mhm. What do you do if you lose your root vegetable?
You dig it out? I don't know.
Hope it will turn up.
Oh, yeah. Today I showed Heather a picture of my cucamelon trellis, which is an easel. It's already put together. I didn't do anything to it. I was just gonna, and
Okay.
it's not even really in the ground yet. Hubby's gonna have to help me with that. I just had it laid up against it to show I was going to use it. And Heather goes, "You should show a video on how to do that." I'm like,
Well,
how
I
to
thought you made it. I thought you, like,
how
built
to
it.
how
That's
to how to stick in the ground and hope it stays up.
why. Oh my gosh, yeah.
You made a
Uh,
comment and then I went right. And that's what Heather and I do. And some people don't really get it, but we have that kind of relationship. And that's the thing. Sometimes people will joke with me like that and I don't know them well enough and I take it wrong. But Heather and I have the kind of relationship that I can pick on her about stuff and she can pick on me about stuff and we don't get our feelings hurt. We
yeah.
laugh about it and we know things about each other, personal things. So, yeah. But sometimes we spend long amounts of time on the phone. So that just comes with
Yeah. Oh,
friends.
yeah, for
And we
sure.
hadn't done that in a while, but the other day we had a really long
I'm
conversation.
like we both didn't tell each other. I'm like, "Okay, Gail, I'm only gonna talk to Gail for a little while." And Gail's thinking the same thing. I'm only gonna talk for a little and it was like,
It was over an hour, but we
yeah.
have had
Lot,
longer,
lot,
we've
lot
had
longer.
longer conversations than that. Where literally we're kind of just going through our day on the phone with each other. So that's why I haven't technically met Heather, but I feel like I know Heather because I've spent so much time on the phone with her and also up on lives with her that I feel like I know her, even though I haven't technically
I
seen
know, isn't that weird? That's weird.
it. It is weird that I feel like I know you. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
right.
do. I've spent a
Yeah,
lot of time online and on the phone
yeah.
between the
But
two of
what
us.
you see is what you get.
Yeah. I mean, I have quite a few conversations. I've had conversations with Penny. I've had conversations with Beth. I've had conversations with Lori from It All Adds Up. Jan and I have good conversations. Jamie and I have had some good conversations. I've had quite a bit of conversation. Of course, now I've actually met Jan. I've actually met Beth and Neil. I
Oh,
feel
and
like I know
everybody, I
Sarah,
just
you
put a
know.
short out. I just put a short out. So if you're good at identifying aloe plants, look at my short and see if you can identify my aloe. I'm trying to figure out what the name of it is, and no matter what I look at, I can't figure it
Yeah,
out.
if you know anything about aloe, go over to Heather's channel. She's trying to identify a particular type of aloe vera plant.
Whatever. Whatever. Anyways, what is green and goes to summer camp? I have a summer camp song that I remember from when I went.
Oh, I do too. After you deliver the punchline, I'll tell you mine.
I went to summer camp in Alaska. And
Sometimes Heather is the long-winded one, Penny. I just want to say. Sometimes she really is. But I'm sure sometimes I am too. So, and
Yeah.
Luann, I
So
also have really good conversations with Luann from Blackberry Rock Homestead.
they had a lake at this summer camp in Alaska, and they called it Leech Lake. I wasn't getting in there. All those little girls were running in there and running out screaming. They got leeches. I didn't do it. Nope.
Someone else like Heather and Penny. Are you talking about me, Jen? Are you talking about me?
I know. I don't know what it is. So,
She's talking about me there, aren't you, Jen? You're talking about me. If I have something to talk about, I can really yank someone's ear. That's for sure. Or if I'm lonely that day, because remember, hubby's at work all day. I'm at home by myself for hours and hours and hours. And he
I'm
comes,
never alone.
and that's I'm so sorry.
Never.
I got to admit, though, I am pretty independent.
Yes,
And I
Brussels
do
sprout.
right.
You cheated. Tamara cheated. Tamara cheated. Yes, a Brussels scout. The thing was, what is green and goes to summer camp? A Brussels scout. You know, like the scouts go to camp. Did you guess that on your own, or did you like look it up? Yes, it's always my fault.
So my camp song that we used to sing, and I don't know where at all where this came from, but it was Ishkabibli Oten Doten Bobo Shkadit Dot and Wada and shh. And that was their really long-winded way of saying be quiet. Because they couldn't say shut up. That would be like wrong, but be quiet. They were trying to tell us to be quiet. They would say that when they wanted us to be quiet.
Well, one that I learned was swimming, swimming in the swimming hole. When days are hot, when days are cold in the swimming hole. Side stroke, breaststroke, fancy diving too. Yeah, I was 8, 9. Hey,
What?
I knew everybody wanted to hear that one.
That's a lovely song, Heather. I'm not a big talker. Penny talks when we talk. Yeah, Penny can talk. Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, I've had a lot of conversations with people in here. I've had some really long conversations with Carol from Broke Up Bountifully Blessed. She is a precious lady, I tell you. Love her.
I'd have to say
all of you guys.
that I
You're
talked
awesome.
on the phone with from YouTube can talk.
And Jennifer,
I'm not the only one.
I've had a conversation with Jennifer Ocean Homestead as well. Please stop.
We
Oh,
had
are you telling her to stop singing that song? Telling her to stop singing that song?
Jan, I'm going to sing it to you all night long.
She's going to call you and keep singing that
I'm
song.
going to send you some video recordings. I would too. I've done that too, by the way. Recorded me singing off the radio to people. Jennifer's got some.
1 year at camp, we decided, or our Sunday school teacher, whoever it was, decided we were going to sit down in the grass and have our lesson.
Hi, Musgrave family.
Well, 2 of us sat down in the grass, and the very next day, we both were covered with chigger bites.
Oh, so are chiggers like ants?
They're completely invisible. You don't know they're bit you really till later. I was really young, so I don't remember, but I had bites everywhere. And it wasn't at the very end of the camping thing, so I had to stay at camp with that for a while. Yeah. Yeah. And we were both.
I've heard of them things. You people have some weird bugs. Worms.
Yep. So worms. We have worms. No, I don't remember the lesson, but I've had a million since then. I might remember it. There's
Ew. You want to hear the description of a chigger?
oh,
It's
sure.
tiny, hairy, red or yellowish orange specks.
I did know they were well, I did know the specks were red because I remember seeing them all over my body. Bob said he calls them no-see-ums. Yeah, that's exactly what I remember. I guess I know what they look like. That picture looks exactly
We don't
like,
have those. They
yeah.
said they're 0.3 millimeters.
Oh, by the way, for you guys who do gardening, if you've ever had vine borers, okay, if you've ever had them, I had them once. It devastated my zucchini and my butternut squash that year. So that happened in the
Is that what
summer.
it looks like?
I don't think so. I don't think that's it. So that very same year after the vine borers, I cleaned out the bed of all debris and threw it away in the dumpster. And I turned around. I didn't amend the soil or anything. I did absolutely no amending to soil. Okay, but I did clean out debris.
Hi, Luann.
Planted garlic all down the row in both places where the vine borers had been. And I've never seen another vine borer since. So if you've ever had trouble with vine borers, I would swear by it that garlic, they do not like garlic. They don't do any running off of squash bugs, but
Oops.
apparently they do help with vine borers. If you've ever had that problem, garlic is the cure-all for vine borers.
I don't want your bugs.
By
And
the way,
I only have one
I
kind of snake,
about you.
garden snakes, but Penny has all the snakes and stuff.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that weird? And we're in the same state.
Oh, I'm sure whatever we have, y'all probably have some stuff too. You just don't talk about it.
I'm hiding it. I'm pretending. I'm a YouTuber.
Send all the bugs to you.
I'm just using.
I gotta admit though, I've never really heard Heather talk about bugs in her garden.
No, I don't. I mean, no, not really.
I gotta admit that I don't remember that.
I'll tell you
if
I see something.
Don't send me any snakes. I don't like snakes or spiders.
It's very
However,
rare that we
I
have
do leave the spiders.
mosquitoes.
Hi, Echo.
I live in the land of milk and honey. Just saying. Well, you saw the double rainbow. How many double rainbows have I showed you?
Well,
hi, YouTube, please. Welcome in, welcome in.
Hello,
yeah,
hello.
She's got rattlesnakes, snakes. I don't have none of that.
I don't ever. I should not say this, but I think I've only seen one or two snakes the whole time I've lived here.
I have good bugs. I have pollinator bugs.
Yeah, I am growing a lot.
Maybe it's because I have
flowers. Hi, Musgrave Family Farm.
And mason bees. Maybe that's why. I mean, there's beetles.
Yeah, I think, what I heard is if you attract your butterflies and your ladybugs and your whatever those good wasps are, if you attract those, they eat tons and tons of aphids. So I tried to work on planting all that. I'm basically every single flower that I have, even the ones I got last year from the seed swap, I plant some of every single flower because each bug or bee or ladybug, each they like different sizes of flowers and different colors and smells of flowers. So you need variety. You don't need to do like one or two flowers and that be all. You need to plant lots of flowers.
Oh, and if somebody can share the link to
Linda's live.
Linda's live, because she's going live in a few minutes. If everybody wants to pop over and support Linda.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing for a live tonight. That's in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I forget what she was doing, so you'll have to go check it out. Yeah, grow native flowers and native plants and stuff like that if you can. Yeah, for sure. Penny says she's a snake magnet. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I got a shoulder injury trying to get away from a snake.
I have animals that follow me everywhere. Oh my gosh, last night
the cat that follows me in the backyard.
One of my cows broke the fence in their pasture and got out at night in the dark, and I'm out in the country and there's not any lights anywhere, so it's like a black hole. And so a cow was out running up and down the fence line on the property that's butting up to the back of my property, so it's like not on the road or anything. And the cows running up and down the fence line. All the cows were like, "Ugh, ugh." So my husband was doing Bible study and he had just got home and he had to quickly change. We had to go out there with no light. I mean, we had a flashlight, but we were trying not to use it unless we needed to. And it's muddy. And we had to move 2 cows out of a pasture because that was where we had a gate to open it up for the cow to come from not on our property in. And then we had to move it down the alleyway in the dark and then move the other one that was with it. And I was like walking in the pasture next to the one that my husband was letting the loose cow in. And there was 2 cows in there and they were following me. And I'm walking in the dark backwards because I didn't want to turn around because I didn't want them to like horn me or run me over or something. So I'm like, back. I'm walking backwards, praying that I didn't slip and fall in the mud and fall. So I got a good workout walking backwards. And then I carried a 16-foot gate down the alleyway because my husband was way down on the other end with that cow. And I was carrying the gate because I didn't want him to come back the wrong way because of our bull in the pasture that we have, Otis, our bull. I didn't, because then they would be at the fence. And
do you know the answer to this question, Heather?
What?
The question on the screen.
Plantain.
Yeah.
You can also take, there's 2 different varieties of plantain. There's Native American plantain and plantain that came over from Europe.
What do you mix the plantain with to make it a salad?
You can stick it in your mouth and chew it up and stick it on your sting or bite immediately.
It actually, I know
that.
plantain leaf doesn't taste bad in a tea, but I've never actually just chewed it.
Yeah, and you could probably take leaves and boil them like on a slow boil and take the liquid and infuse that. You could do that.
Mine's already processed. I don't mean from a store process. I mean ordered from an herb company process. Does that make sense, Heather? What I'm saying? Not like bought from a grocery store, but like ordered from like an herb company.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 There's reputable herb companies. Yeah.
It was sent to me from Lisa from oh my gosh, what's her channel name? Suburban, not Suburban Homesteader, Suburban Urban Suburban, no.
Well, you can also use
Daydream was here, she could tell me, but yeah. So I've had plantain leaf. I still have some.
Yeah, so plantain, so get used to what your plantain looks like because you should be having it growing in different spots of your yard somewhere. Um, and you can just pick that and like who cares that you put it in your mouth that there might be bug poop you can't see on it. So what?
Good to know. Good
It's
to know.
better to do that than to use some kind of a chemical, you know.
So it is actually time for Linda's live to start.
Yes, that's true. Suburban homestead.
Yeah, Suburban Homestead. Yeah, her. That's who I'm talking about. I could not get it out of myself, her channel name.
I have 3
But
kinds of mint, and that's all I want.
we appreciate all of you guys being here
Yes, jewel weed
tonight.
is really good.
Go by and check out Linda with Another Times live. I don't know who she's interviewing or what her subject matter is for tonight.
What's that?
The redirect. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're redirecting. We're redirecting you to Linda
Oh,
with Another Time.
yeah.
There is a link. Go over to that channel and say Heather and Gail sent you over, and go check out the chat. Thank you guys for coming in tonight to learn some stuff with us, and we hope you heard
I
something.
want some Penny.
Comfrey seeds.
Comfrey seeds.
Yeah, I think I've had comfrey seeds before, but I don't think I've ever got it
Do
up.
it in the studio. Just sends it to everybody. Ooh, we'll have to look at that. I know what you're talking about. There's a channel that I follow that does like 2 different things. And if you stay in chat, you'll just be linked right on over to the next thingy. I don't know how to do this.
But if you hit the link there for that's
somebody
not
put
under
the
Jamie's name for another time.
For
If you
another
hit,
time,
yeah, if you hit this link right here,
it's
it'll take
at
you straight over to her live. And go in and say hi. Thank you guys for coming in. We enjoyed spending time with you guys. And Penny, I will get your seeds out to you. So
I'm trying to take a photo. Don't end it yet.
okay, she's copying something. I did that earlier. I copied something somebody
I
said.
screenshot your answer. Thank you. That's awesome.
Bye, guys. Bye, Heather.
Just go to at another time. It was, I think it was way up there.
See,
sorry about that.
Ariella has added the link again.
Yeah.
So
thank you guys for being here. We'll see you next week. Have an amazing week. Don't forget to drink your lemon water and keep your bodies moving.
And read your labels.
Read your labels. Yeah.
Read your labels. The back of those labels are very eye-opening, guys. All right. Have a good day, guys. See you over at Linda's chat and at another time, 2023. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye, Gail.